Hey everybody, this is Mr. Marshall here at Stony Lane. I have a really fun math game for you today. And this math game has a funny name. It's called Mr. Marshall's Super Awesome Dice Game. I just made it up, okay? But it is a super awesome dice game. This is a game that's going to help you with your adding and subtracting. And it's definitely a game of luck. And it's definitely a game of strategy too. And you'll see why, okay? So in this game, you have a game board that looks like this. It's got 4 columns and 6 rows, and you number the boxes 1 through 24, just like that in order. Okay. And so on the bottom of the sheet, you have rows that look like that: blank equals 1, blank equals 2, and you do that for every number all the way through 24. Okay, does that make sense? So now you can make a board like this. It's super easy to make. Okay. And so the way that you play the game is you have 4 dice. 4. And each one has 6 sides, numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So 4 dice with 6 numbers on them, 1 through 6. Okay. And what you do is you roll your dice, all 4 of them at the same time. Right? I don't have real dice with me today, but let's pretend. So let's pretend that I roll my dice and I get these numbers. I get a 2, and I get a 3, and I get a 4, and I get a 3 again. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 3. What I have to do with these numbers is I can add them or subtract them any way I want. Like I can add them all up. So if I add them all up, I know 4 and 2 is 6, and 3 and 3 is 6. So 6 plus 6 is 12, right? So I could write 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3 equals 12, right? Or I can do some subtracting in there too, like this. I can say 3 plus 3 is 6, minus 2 is 4, 6, minus 2 is 4, plus 4 equals 8, right? I can add or subtract any way that I want, okay? And let's pretend that I go with this. I write 3 plus 3 minus 2 plus 4 equals 8. So on my game board, I'm going to take a marker or a crayon or whatever, and I'm going to color in the 8. Okay. And then down here where I have equals 8, I write that problem. I write 3 plus 3 minus 2 plus 4 equals 8. I write down that math sentence. Okay? Then my friend goes on his board and does the same thing. Okay? And then it's my turn again. So let's do another roll. I have 4 dice, and I'm going to roll, and I got a 6, and a 2, and a 3, and a 1. I'm just making this up, right? 6 and 2 and 3 and 1. So I can add them and subtract them any way I want. So let's see. We can do 6 plus 1, that's 7, minus 3 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Right? That's one way. But here's what else I can do. If I can get a 0, that's a magic number. It's a wild card. Okay? So if I can find any way to make a 0, then I can color in any box on the board. So I can say 6 minus 2, that's 4, minus 3, that's 1, minus 1 equals 0. Right? So I got a 0. Now I can color in any number on the board that I want. I want to win. I didn't tell you the way to win. You win by getting 4 squares in a row. Right? So I want to get maybe the 4. So I can make 4 in a row this way. Or I can do 4 in a row this way. Or I can go diagonally, kind of like tic-tac-toe, but it's 4 in a row, not 3 in a row. 4 in a row. So I'm going to do 4. So where's my marker? Here we go. I'm going to color in the 4 and try to build it this way. Okay? Cool, right? And so where there's 4, I'm just going to write wild. That means I got a 0. Okay, and then my friend goes, and we keep going until one of us gets 4 squares in a row. So one of us gets 4 squares in a row. Okay? And so this is going to take some strategy, right? Because if I see I want to get a 12, and then I roll 4 numbers, I'm going to see, is there a way I can get a 12 with adding or subtracting? Okay? And because that's my strategy. I want to land there, right? Or I want to try and get like maybe 2 in a row. There's lots of different ways. I don't want to tell you because you need to figure it out. Okay? There's lots of different ways that you can get 4 in a row. Okay? So there's a couple of things that you can do if you want to play this game a little bit differently. Okay? So one thing you can do is, instead of me having a board and my friend having a board, we can both be coloring on the same board. And then we can block each other. Like right here, if my friend is brown and I see that he just needs a 6, I'm going to try and get a 6 so that I block him. Okay, kind of like tic-tac-toe, right? Another thing that we can do if we want to play this game a little differently is, right now I have the game board set up where all the numbers go in order, right? It starts with 1 in the top. It goes all the way down to 24. I can just like randomize it, which means I go 5, 12, 19, 3, 6, right? And I just mix up the numbers. I still have to use all 24 numbers, but I can mix up the order. Okay, that way all the numbers end up in different places. And that can be another way that we play the game. Okay? So this is a fun game because it teaches you a lot about, well, it's a game of luck because you can't control what numbers are going to come up on the dice, right? But it's also a game of strategy because you want to try and figure out a way to get a number that you're looking for so that you can get 4 in a row. Okay? So there's a lot of fun things that you can do in this game. It's going to make you smarter about adding and subtracting. It's going to make you like grow that part of your brain that lets you kind of like strategize or make choices to win. Okay? This is a really fun game. Try it out. And I'll see you next time.